So maybe third time's a charm. Let's give it one more go. I don't think I have YouTube, but I don't think I wouldn't know how to use it straight away. So it might just be that we have to pause this one. Let's see if people can come across. Okay, Vicky's in. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, because that was them. That it was okay? Okay, good. For me, the screen just went blank, so I don't think it was filming anymore. Okay. Third time lucky. I'm gonna try and do it really quickly so we can do it. Okay. So hopefully you're feeling really nice and calm and grounded after that. So let's start by let's just do some salutations to get us moving. Hey Gemma, thank you guys for all coming across. I know that's not very calming for you all. You may notice, I was going to say I'm not going to chat anymore. Good, okay, good. Fingers crossed it's going to say, look at this beauty. So we put this one away because Parker was kind of munching on the plants. We put it up just on the shelves in the study. Look at it, it's become a monster. So it's too pretty to just, we don't really use that room, so it's coming out. Anyway. Standing on the front of your mat. Let's do some salutations. So grounding yourself down. Big inhale, reaching the arms up, lifting up. Exhale forwards. Just take an extra breath in your forward fold, really rounding your lower back. Just release down in there. Looking between your legs. Just feel that pressure, the blood rush into your head. Just enjoy that for a moment. And then when you're ready, inhale in. So your halfway lift, you can keep your hands on the floor, bring them up to your legs. We're trying to get a straight back, so as if it's a straight line looking forwards. Exhale, hands down, step or jump or walk back into your plank and lower yourself down. Inhale into a back bend, whatever your back's prepared for this morning. So it could be a cobra or it can come up into an up dog. Big lifted up out of the shoulders, opening the chest. Give me a smile whether you want to or not. Oh, protecting your spine, so bring that belly button in as you push up, come into your down dog. First down dog, take a few little pedals, moving around however you want. You may feel that you want to rock forwards and backwards. You may actually want to come down and just do a little cat-cow instead of the down dog. So just kind of getting used to doing whatever your body wants to. So if you're ever doing this just on your own, you just kind of, you feel free to just move around as your body wants. Then when you're ready, taking your gaze forwards, stepping your feet to your hands, shuffling them forwards if they don't quite reach, releasing into the forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back down. This plant is maybe slightly too big for that little spot. Big inhale, reach it up, and exhale to release. Let's do once more. Grounding yourself down. So we're trying to create our roots by making a really nice firm base, but then we're lifting up. So always imagine it as if you're a tree. You're growing up. You're spreading your branches. Big inhale. Thomas was just like, what? Just lifting your arms up. Exhale forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, come into your plank. And again, with your plank, bring your knees down if you wish, otherwise coming down. But even if you bring your knees down, still try and keep some weight in your hands and try and be gentle and controlled with as you lower. Untuck the toes. Inhale up. Big lift. Exhale. Push back. Down dog. So from here, we're going to lift our right legs up. Big stretch. So again, just stretching wherever your stretch is. Just try and find that stretch. You're trying to keep your shoulders square and your hips square at the moment. And then we're going to come through with control and place that foot on the floor near our hands. So if your foot comes here, you just kind of shuffle it forwards, come down, move the leg forwards, just whatever you need to do. We're going to come into a lunge, and there are some options. So our first option is our low lunge. So we just kind of, this is just a lovely stretch for our legs, for our hip flexors. So you can stay here. If you want to, you can reach your arm up from this one. So do them as I was saying. We'll go through each example, and then going forwards, you can pick the one you want. So reaching up and coming across. All of these are optional, so you can just stay as you are or do any of these. It's a really nice stretch. You're really lengthening, so really extending that stretch onto the hips as well. Coming up from there, you can place your hand to the outside of the leg and reach behind you. Try to take your gaze to that back hand. Oh, that's a really lovely stretch. Good. Coming back forwards. So from there, we'll do the next options in the next round. So from your lunge, we're going to push back, bring your toes up, and we're stretching the back of that front leg. Oh, I should just mention, just in case Ed's mum, Antonietta's watching, my hair is a little wet, but I won't go outside until I've dried it properly. I know she was disappointed when I had such sopping wet hair the other day. So noted, I won't go out with wet hair. So pushing the hips back, toes up. Are you feeling that stretch? So as always, try and get your ego out. So this one doesn't matter how you look, if you're kind of upright, the knees bent, or if you're all the way down, if you're in the splits, just finding your stretch. So with these stretches, we're not holding them for too long. It's prep stretches, kind of 10 seconds, 15 seconds. After a workout, you could be holding them, sorry, my PT coming out now, you could be holding them for more like 20, 25, 30 seconds. In yoga, if you have time, you can hold them for a minute, up to 5 minutes if you're doing yin yoga. So just kind of, but each time, always making sure, because your body will loosen, so always trying to keep finding that tension, so you're still in the stretch. From there, hands forwards, we're going to step back into our down dog. So from here, you can stay here, you can rest in child pose, so bringing your knees down and resting, or come forwards into your plank and go back through your vinyasa flow. So inhaling up and exhale, push back. So you can do the same on the other side. So stretching up with the left leg. And then with control, coming forwards. And again, if you feel that you need to, you can always just lift that arm or allow that leg to kind of swing round to come forwards. Shuffling forwards and then coming into your low lunge. So again, staying there. Before you do anything with your arms, just try and get your foundation set to begin with. So you're pushing down through that front heel and squeeze the thighs together. Just even do that. You're not really moving, but you can just feel that extra tension. And then if you want to, reach in the opposite arm up. Big inhale, lengthen, and then release over. So again, just with your breath, every time you slow your breath down, we are as we breathe. So if our breath is short and panicked, we kind of feel a bit frantic and restless. If you inhale, release into that, your body's like, okay, we're calm, it's okay. If you want to. So I just did that there. Actually, as you come into the twist, it can be, you can get an inclination to kind of come up and twist. So then, rather than being here and twisting, we've come up to here. So we're really not stretching that hip so much. So really in this position, and sometimes we want the twist, but this, because we're really focusing on the legs, just go wherever you can, but still keep that stretch. Big breath in. Good, coming back to center, hands down. Transition the weight back. So toes up. So this is known as half splits or monkey pose. I don't know what it is in Sanskrit. And again, so you can be up, you can hold on to your hips, or hands down. Whatever's available, whatever feels nice. Remember to bring your little toe round. So if you just stretch, but then really bring that toe, you can feel an extra deep stretch. And trying to make sure your thighs engaged so that kneecap is lifted. So every inhale, on this one, it's quite nice to imagine lengthening your spine. And every exhale, just seeing if there's any more space. Good, and then when you're ready, hands down, you're going to tuck the back toes under. So you can just kind of shuffle back and come up, or you can sweep the leg back up and down. Taking your gaze forwards, walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Release into the forward fold. So it's nice just to round back the other way. The low lunges, we tend to kind of have our pelvis tilted forward, so it's now just nice to tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way up. Big inhale. And release. Good. Okay, let's take that a little bit further. So again, another salutation. I'm desperately trying to keep my hair down because as soon as the hair goes back, it's just back forevermore. So, I've done my weekly wash, so I want to make the most of it and keep it down. So you're going to have to put up with some kind of L'Oreal moments. Grounding down. Inhale, big inhale. Lifting the chest, tucking the tailbone under so the spine is long. Exhale, forward fold, trying to lead with your chest. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down, come into your plank and lowering yourself down. Inhale into your back bend. Always lifting up out the shoulders. So one of my instructors used to say, try to smile with your collarbone. Because if you're really trying to bring that collarbone forwards, your shoulders back. Good. Exhale, down dog. Okay, from here, right leg is going to step forwards again. So your options now are to stay as we were, or we're going to come into a runner's lunge. So hands on the floor, we're going to bring that back knee off. So now we're going for a big stretch all the way down that front leg. So in this position, we're trying not to just kind of hang out on that thigh. Even if your body's resting on the thigh, try not to just kind of lose all your engagement. Move forwards. So this one, sometimes it's quite nice to place your left hand on the floor and lift up with the right. Be aware of your back knee. Your leg might want to swing round. Try and keep the knee facing down. A big opening up. If you want to, you can take the arm back, stretch backwards. If you don't want to do this or it's still too much, you can bring the knee down, do the same movements, or you can do what we did last time. So you're just trying to find the stretch that's nice for you. Good. Release everything down and come back into your monkey. So I'm going to keep just going a little bit further. But you just stay where you are. There is no competition except with yourself in doing your best today. So not competing with yourself before or your expectations, but just knowing what's the best you can do in this moment. But Thomas, he's just lying on his back on the mat. He's just breathing. It's the only time he can be still and just kind of just focusing on that. So rather than doing yoga, he's just taking that time. Good, and then when you're ready, come back into your down dog, however you kind of can transition through. And again, if you want to, knees down, resting child, or rock forwards into plank and go through your flow. Again, I know I say this all the time, but this little voice in our head, our ego or this little monkey, just is always giving us running commentary. But if you want to rest, rest. If you want to do the flow, do the flow. There's no right or wrong. And then when we're ready, we all come back up into down dog and do the other side. So left leg forwards, stepping that foot forwards. So you can bring your knee down to begin with just to kind of adjust yourself, or you can come straight into your runner's lunge. Again, if you're doing the other option, stick with the other option. Engage in that core muscle, really stretching your back heel away from you so you can feel that stretch, grounding down. And then if you wish, going into your rotation, reaching the arms up. Keep breathing because there's a lot going on. Our body is like, quite short breaths, maybe in and out through the nose. Just try and lengthen that breath. Reaching behind. If you're reaching behind, try and take your gaze to that top thumb. Oh, that's nice. Good. Sweep the arms forwards. Hands back down. Shift the weight back. Finding your stretch, so just always get into your edge, so wherever that stretch is. So again, oh, I think that was the session that went, it was our patience session, which the universe was really testing us. It's finding the difference between pain and discomfort. So we never want pain. Discomfort, we need to learn to deal with, because sometimes we can't get out of discomfort in life. So yoga just teaches us, okay, we can just breathe, we can just sit through this, it's okay. Okay. Once again, take that leg back up or just into a down dog. Ooh. And then gently step in, walking or jumping the feet forwards. Relax it down. Inhale, halfway lift. So I feel like with this one, we often, queen coming out of me, we often miss this stage out. But I think it's nice, imagine you're just like a crumpled shirt here. So it's nice, we're just lengthening ourselves back out, then to fold ourselves down neatly. And then inhale. When you come up, you can bring your palms together. You can swing the arms out like we normally do, or you can bring your palms together and reaching up. Big inhale and release. Okay, we're going to do one more and take it just one step further. So, I do like being at one with nature, but maybe I don't want to be head in the plant every single time. Grounded down, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, into your plank. Pause in, lower yourself down. Inhaling up. Imagine your little mermaid on the rock. Big, your collarbone is smiling, you're smiling, it's Good Friday. Toes under, push back. So, right leg, it's going to step forwards. So remembering, we have the first option, stay here. We have the second option, or the third option is our high lunge. Feet facing forwards, trying to get your hips forwards. I'm very aware that my bum looks most peculiar in this, but what can you do? So, it's an ugly thing. So hips forward, trying to set the tailbone under. You reach your arms up, grounding down. So maybe give me a little wiggle with your front toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. And from here, you can do the same again. So you could take your opposite arm and reach across. So I've got my right foot forwards, my left arm is reaching. Or bring it back up. I can come into the rotation. Or coming up, taking my gaze up, lifting my chest and coming into the back bend. So not only are we stretching, this one's really trying to stabilize ourselves. So we're really working the legs as well. So for one more, deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, and then with an exhale, hands down, bring that knee down, arms at the toes and shift back. Into your hamstring stretch. So it's nice for the body because little by little, the body, if it's stretched too much, the body goes into like, whoop, panic, something's going on, and kind of tightens up because it doesn't know what's going on. So the more we kind of do this, it's like, okay, no, I remember this, it's okay, I got the memo, we can chill out. Remembering to breathe. So always just finding your edge. Oh, I keep doing this, sorry. I keep resting on my knuckle joints and that's really bad. Try to do flat palm or on your fingers, or if you know that you can't. So if you're in monkey, have some books or something underneath you just so you don't have to kind of be weird with your knuckles. Okay. Come back into your down dog. So rest or flow. And then gently, everyone, let's do the other side. So left leg. On and forwards. So again, taking option 1, 2, or 3. Stretch. Try to do the same, unless you know you've got a real injury one side, try to do the same on each side. So, yeah, if you did number 2, try and stick with number 2. If you did number 3, try and do number 3. You're grounding yourself down, really stretching that back heel away so you can feel that stretch. If your knee is coming past your ankle, just shuffle the foot. So we try and keep it on up. Yeah, reaching up. To begin with, just reaching over to the other side. Coming back up. Rotating behind. Then take your gaze backwards. Taking the gaze, wherever you have your gaze can make a massive difference to your balance. So if it feels too wobbly, just try and keep your gaze forwards, focus on something on the floor. If you're feeling more stable, try and take your gaze backwards. And again, the third option, inhale, big inhale, coming back into the back bend. Give me some dancing feet in this one. When you're ready, hands down. Release that back knee down. And then come into your monkey pose. So this one, you should really feel this stretch. It should make your face be a bit like, whoa. So just, if it's not, try and jiggle around, really try and stretch those hips back, toes up. The leg doesn't have to be straight to find that stretch. And remember, coming back to your breath. Oh, my heart's really racing for this. I don't know if that's thinking too much, but this is really working me out. Okay, when you're ready, let's push back. And then everyone, knees down, untuck the toes, rest down in child pose for a moment. So in child pose, we try to get our hips towards our heels. So push back. If you're doing an active child pose, kind of keep the pressure, pushing the palms away, so you're trying to lengthen your spine. I think it just cut. I hope I'm still there. Maybe I should check the messages. Oh, am I still here? Okay. Sorry, so if you're doing passive, you can just try and get your hips where you are and then just relax. They can go where they want to. So we're now going to stretch the outside of our hips, our glute muscles. So we're gonna do pigeon. So palm in forward. So if you know this isn't right for you, you can lie on your back into our keyhole stretch, or just kind of rest. If you're doing pigeon, bring your right knee forwards, and ideally it's either in front of the hip or out to the side. Out to the side is slightly better. If the further out or forwards your foot comes, the harder it is. So if you want to make it harder, you can bring your foot out, but just really make sure your knee joint's okay for that. Otherwise, keeping it tucked in. Try and flex this little ankle if you can, because that just engages the leg muscles, so we protect the joint. Stretch your back leg away from you, and we're trying to level the hips. They want to swing down to the right side. We'll just try and bring them level. You can stay up, or you can make a little pillow and rest down. So our body kind of enjoys the rest. Our mind is like, come on, let's do stuff. This is a great time to think of the shopping list and all the things we've got to do. So we work on that. We practice as much as we practice, little by little, stretching our muscles. We just need to kind of practice with our mind. So just try and focus on your breath, counting your breath in, counting your breath out. Maybe try and take your mind into your body. Where can you feel this stretch? So rather than just thinking, oh, in my hips, actually, where can you really feel that from the inside out? So this is another one that's really lovely to hold for a while, because slowly your body relaxes, it stretches deeper into the fascia that surrounds your muscles, your ligaments, your tendons. Just let everything relax. Also, I should mention on this one, if your pigeon is kind of more like this, you can always grab a cushion, place it under your hip, just so you don't have to worry about holding yourself in place. You kind of just build stuff up around you. Gently coming up. We're going to shuffle back. You can go into a down dog just to stretch out, or just child pose and come forwards with the other leg. If you're lying on your back in keyhole, then just switch legs. So again, know that your sides will be different, so just adjust if you want to put cushion under your hip, or a rolled yoga mat, or a yoga block, whatever you need to. Stretching the back leg away, trying to keep the hips level, sitting up or resting down. Keeping your breath steady. Try to stay there for 5 breaths, but try to make them slow breaths. So these are lovely stretches. I think a lot of people will be doing potentially more running at the moment, as gyms and yoga studios and everything else becomes kind of less available to us. So if you're upping your exercise, or even just change your exercise, really doing all the groundwork, stretching, strengthening, it's all very important to try and prevent injury. Good. Gently pushing yourself up, and this time we're just going to sweep the other leg forwards. So just sitting just for a moment. Big breath in, big breath out. We're grounding yourself down. So we're going to do a namaste now, and anyone that needs to leave, thank you so much for joining. And anyone that wants to stay, I'm going to do about a 10-minute guided meditation. So whatever you wish. But we'll all namaste now for those that are with us that are going to leave. So when you're ready, big inhale, reaching up, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands down in front of your chest, bowing your head. Namaste. Good. Okay, so if you're staying, then ideally this one will be in a seated position. So it could be in a chair, it could be seated on the floor. I know some people, they can't cross, like it's so uncomfortable to cross your legs, so you could try to prop yourself up against the wall. It could be legs wide, on cushions. Ideally, it's nice to have our hips above our knees. So if you have cushions or yoga blocks or something you could use, try to do that. It's seated just because it's a bit slightly more engaged. Also, it's quite nice to do seated meditations if you can, because just the position is keeping us more. It makes we're less likely to fall asleep or our mind drift off elsewhere because we kind of have to be in the present moment because of the posture we're in. So we're going to do 3 different breathing. We're going to do our alternating nostril breath, our humming breath, and some ohms at the end. So I will talk us through all of them. So if you're sitting comfortably, our alternating nostril breath. So this is related to some of the balancing we've done. So this is if you're feeling out of balance. In yoga, we believe that the different sides of the body relate to different kind of energies. So the right side is more active, it's kind of the sun, looks more very energetic, kind of red, orangey colours. The other side, our left side, is our cooling, soothing, more passive, relates to the moon, kind of bluey white. So we're just trying to balance those out. And you'll feel sometimes you feel more one side and the other. We're just trying to bring them into balance. So to do that, using our right hand to begin with, but we're going to do it on both hands today. So using your thumb to block your right nostril and your ring finger to block the left, we're going to alternate which one we breathe through. So with the right nose blocked, we're going to inhale, then we switch sides to exhale, stay on the same side, inhale, switch sides to exhale. We're going to do 5 rounds, and then we're going to do the same, but using the left hand. Okay, so taking an exhale, blocking your right side, take an inhale in. Switching sides, exhale. Staying on the same side, inhale. Switch sides, exhale. It's 1 round. Inhale in. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. So feel free, if you know the rhythm, to go at your own pace. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. And allow pauses between the breath. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. So we're inhaling through the left. Switch sides, exhale. And relax your shoulders. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. 1 more round. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Just releasing both hands down. And keep your eyes closed and just really breathing deeply. In and out through the nose. But aware of your posture. So we're trying to be relaxed, but we're also trying to keep a straight, or not straight, but a long spine. So we're not slouching down and going to create even more tension. We're just lengthening up. We're going to repeat on the other side. So it's the same rhythm. So if you feel that you know that rhythm, like I said, go with your own breath. When you finish, just rest in there. Otherwise, stick with me. We're using our left thumb to block the left nostril. We're going to inhale through the right. Switch sides, blocking the right nostril with the ring finger. Exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. One round. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides to exhale. Inhale. Switch sides to exhale. You probably notice you can breathe through one side clearer than the other. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. One more round. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Inhale. Switch sides, exhale. Just releasing your hands, keep your eyes closed. Just feeling the air rushing in, now with no restrictions. One more big breath in, big breath out. Exhale. Good. We're going to come into our second breath, which is our humming breath. So these are the ones I do. So when I meditate, I try to, so it's incremental of 11 minutes, 22 minutes, 33 minutes. So I try to do 33. My mind still is all over the place. So I tend to hold a mantra in my mind, which are the 4 agreements. So one we did yesterday, I will be impeccable with my word, and I just kind of repeat the 4 in my mind with my breath. I then go through these breathing, and then if I want to, I go back to a mantra, because sometimes I can just sit quietly, but for a very, very small amount of time, and the rest I really need a single point focus. So I'm trying to block everything else out by focusing my mind on just one thing that carries me forwards. So these are the breathing I often use. So next is our hummingbird breath, or humming breath. So again, we're basically just closing the eyes and blocking the ears. I do a big elaborate and mask thing, so it's up to you what you do. It's the vibrations that we're going for, and I like this one. It just seems to really clear the mind. When you start breathing again afterwards, it kind of almost seems like it's hard to pick a thought, because it's just shaking everything loose. So really focus on the vibrations you're creating with the hum. So if you want to, your peace fingers over your eyes, ring finger over your lip, your little finger on your chin, and your thumbs blocking your ears. We're going to do this 5, so everything's 5 times today. So you inhale in, and with every exhale, you're humming. So you'll fall out of sync with me, just as our breaths will be different lengths. But when you come to the end of your 5, just release your hands down and just breathe. So, big inhale and hum. So we never try to rush that space afterwards. We just worked hard to create that piece. So just try to rest in it each time. Good, and then our final breath is Om. So this is, sometimes you see spelt O-M, sometimes A-U-M. So it's kind of, whether you use the term God, I'm still not okay with using the term God, but we kind of relate to, I'd say, the universe or energy or the source or just something bigger than all of us. But whatever you feel comfortable in, it's kind of just creating, it's supposed to be a sound that represents this energy. So again, it's about vibration. It's kind of in 4 parts. So you imagine it traveling up your spine, so this energy, vibration coming up. So we start coming from the bottom, and it's our creation, coming into a nourishment section, and then dissolution, so anything we need to get rid of. And then the 4th is just the rest afterwards. So we really appreciate that sound afterwards. Normally you do 1 or 3 of these. We're going to do 5 because 5 is the magic number today. So also, I think it's quite nice to do 5 because you can be quite self-conscious about this, and sometimes I feel like I lose my arm. If I haven't done it very recently, I'm all like, oh, and I feel very conscious again, my little ego chatting away. So it's nice to do it a few times to kind of get that rhythm and the breathing. I would say the more you go into it, the better it is, and just focus on that vibration. It's nice to, or I found it a good tip, is to imagine you're about to say the word open. So you start this way. Okay, so you can just listen or you can do what you wish. But here we go. So big breath in. Whenever you finish, just rest in that space created. Bring attention to your 3rd eye, the space between your eyes. Breathe in deeply all the way down into your Let's breathe together. Inhale, sending your arms wide, reaching the arms up, opening yourself back up, palms together, resting your hands in front of your heart, bowing your head. Namaste. Good. Thank you for staying with me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you feel the benefits of that breath. And I hope you all have really, really lovely Easter weekends. I don't know how it's going to be different. We're going to try to, oh, this will be good actually. Any recommendations? We're being very foodie, and we are looking for film kind of trilogies or series. So not box sets so much, but series of films, like the Bonds or Lord of the Rings, things like that. So we could kind of binge a whole lot over the weekend. So any recommendations or generally really good films would be very welcome. Okay. Have lovely, lovely days, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye, bye, bye.